This is the new homework video. When I was a kid, I really liked to eat food like this.
And don't you move from those seats till your homework's all done.
Totino's pizza rolls are so easy, kids can make them on their own. Pepperoni pizza stuffed into a bite-sized roll. Totino's, it's how kids help themselves.
I still eat food like this, but not as often. I'm more concerned about my health and what I eat. Just so you know, here are the ingredients for Totino's pizza rolls. Not all of these ingredients are bad for you, but I just want to reduce the amount of processed foods and chemicals I eat. I like to grow vegetables when it gets warmer. Here are some of the things that I'll be growing this year. I know some of them don't look so big right now, but believe me, these will get a lot bigger. For this homework assignment, we're going to make a spreadsheet that estimates how much money I'll save growing my own vegetables. So up there, there's a crow that's going to be in this entire video, and I don't know how to get rid of it, so you're just going to hear that in the background. So to start the spreadsheet, I'm going to go into sheets.google.com. So I know we've seen the big plus sign before, so we're going to create a blank spreadsheet. And I'm going to call it Vegetable Forecast. We're going to predict how much vegetables I'm going to be growing this year. So maybe we'll put a title at the top calling it Vegetable Production. I'm going to go down to cell A3, and I'm going to give each one of these columns a title. So the first one is going to be type, for the type of the vegetable, how much it costs. We're going to do something called unit. I'm going to be optimistic and call it harvest. This means that I'm going to actually get some. And then we'll figure out the total dollar for each one of the types of vegetables. So I'm not worrying about formatting yet, but we will be worrying about that in the future. So here are the vegetables that I'm going to keep track of. Now, I might add to this through the summer, but to start off, we're going to keep it simple. So we're going to do beans, we're going to do tomatoes, cucumbers, potatoes, sweet potatoes, kale, radishes, and corn. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the individual price for each one of these and the unit. Different types of vegetables are sold differently. So beans are about $1.75 per pound. So the cost is $1.75 and the unit is pounds. The way people abbreviate pounds is LBS, period. So it's $1.75 per pound. Tomatoes, I'm going to say, are $1.50. And that's also pounds, LBS. Cucumbers are about 75 cents each. So I'm going to do $.75, and then I'm going to put after that each. So each cucumber is about 75 cents. Potatoes are the cheapest per pound, and they're about $1. And that's LBS. Sweet potatoes are also pretty cheap, and I'm going to say those are also $1. I get a lot of sweet potatoes when I grow them. So again, that's LBS. Kale, they sell by me by the bunch. So I'm going to say for each bunch of kale that I get, it's $1.50. This is what a bunch of kale looks like. Now radishes, depending where I go, sometimes they sell them by the pound or they sell them by the bunch. I'm going to do it by the pound. And then the last is corn. Now, I've tried growing corn before in the past, and I haven't had much luck with it. But I got a couple. So each ear of corn, each piece of corn is 50 cents. So I'm going to put 50 cents, and then the unit is each. Now, I'm going to make predictions here. So my prediction is that I'm going to get about 12 pounds of beans, 20 pounds of tomatoes, 30 cucumbers, not 30 pounds of cucumbers, but 30 cucumbers. I'm not doing a lot of potatoes, but I'm going to try to grow some of those little tiny potatoes, so I'm going to say about 5 pounds. For sweet potatoes, I'll do 10 pounds. Kale, now I'm expecting a lot of kale, so I'm going to do 20 bunches of kale. Kale is easy for me to grow. Radishes, I'm going to say I'm going to get about 5 pounds. And then corn, I'm going to say I'm only going to get 6 ears of corn. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the video and I'm just going to put in the formulas for each of these. Now, the way we do it is we multiply the cost by the harvest to get the total, and we use a formula. Don't just type in the answer. So when I check the homework, you have to put in the formulas. So I'm stopping the video, and then I'm going to turn it back on. So there's all of the totals, and what I've done is I've put in formulas. So when I check your homework, I'm going to click into the cell to see if you put in a formula. If you just typed in the answer, it's not right. And then at the bottom here, I'm going to put the total. And this one I'll give you. So we're going to use the formula sum. So we start with equal sign, SUM, and then you can see it automatically does it for me. It might not do it for you depending on what kind of computer you're on, but it's going to be sum bracket E3 colon E11 close bracket. So E3 colon E11 close parenthesis, and it should automatically put in $sign. Now, if it doesn't put a $sign like mine did, then you have to change the formatting for it. So again, if you want to see how I do that, I move into the cell, I click over here at 1, 2, 3, and I change it to currency. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this a little prettier. I'm going to right justify the totals. I'm going to make all these column headers bold. I'm going to put a line underneath the column headers, a border. I'm going to put a border underneath corn. And then I'm going to right justify the costs. And then I'm going to center the harvest amount, how much I actually collected, just to make it a little prettier. Now, this last part is extra. If you want to do the formatting, that's okay. You can do it. but you don't have to. But I do want to see the formulas. That's the most important part. So get the formulas in. That's it for this video. See ya.